Hey guys, up back with another video. This time we're going to do a classic pay-per-view review of the WWE Royal Rumble 2018 as I kick off the 2018 portion of the WWE pay-per-views as I'm going through them. So let's get this underway, shall we? We're going to kick off with the Royal Rumble, of course. The Royal Rumble 2018. So let's kick this off, shall we? First off, our first match of the evening was AJ Styles defending the WWE Championship against both Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens in a 2-on-1 handicap match. This was okay. This was a fun opener, a very solid opener. Yeah, pretty enjoyable throughout. I think the handicap match kind of took it down, in my opinion, a little bit, just a little bit, because there was until the last portion of the match, there wasn't really much drama into it, but the last portion of the match was very fun, and I enjoyed the ending where AJ Styles, Kevin Owens basically went for a tag, and the referee didn't see the tag because Sami didn't connect with the tag on Kevin Owens. But Kevin pretended to cheat. Kevin went to go to cheat, and to try to get the pinfall on AJ, and it backfired, and the cheating backfired, and AJ ended up retaining the title. And of course, Kevin and Sami went moaning afterwards, like, "Well, Kevin wasn't legal man." So yeah, it was what it was. It set up the Fastlane match pretty perfectly. But on this night, a pretty solid opener. It wasn't the best match I've ever seen between these three, but it was okay. And we move on to the next match. We have the next match was Shelton Benjamin and Chad Gable taking on the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships in a 2 out of 3 falls match. On paper, I thought this match was going to be epic, because I was like, man, this sounds really good. Like, Chad Gable, Shelton Benjamin versus the Usos and 2 out of 3 falls. Sounds really cool. Unfortunately, it was only okay. It would have benefited more for being a normal 1-4 matchup, because I was wondering why the crowd wasn't into it. Because they were doing like really good moves and all that stuff, really good stuff, but the crowd wasn't into it. I was like, why is that? And I quickly realized that it's probably because the crowd is waiting for the third fall to happen, because that's what usually happens is it usually goes to the third fall, so the crowd didn't seem interested in the first fall, and of course the way this match was positioned, it was laid out was. They did everything in the first fall, kick out, all the dramatic kickouts and all that, and then the Usos got the pin, and then immediately the second fall ended with a roll up. So Usos won 2 straight thingy, and I don't think the crowd was expecting it. So that's what I meant by the match would have benefited more from being a 1-4 match rather than a 2 out of 3 falls. But it was what it was. It was still very solid stuff, especially that first fall. But yeah, as I said before, it did kind of leave a little bit flat, because I think everyone was expecting it to go all 3 falls. But it wasn't, and Usos retained, and that was alright. So pretty cool stuff apart from that. Then the next match, we had the Men's Royal Rumble. This match was fantastic, man. One of the best Rumbles I've seen for a long time. Yeah. Very, very decent. Sorry, I got an itchy eye. So yeah, pretty fun stuff. We started with, starting with Rusev and Finn Balor. Rusev Day. I forgot how over Rusev Day was. I even forgot about Rusev Day. That's how much I forgot about this. I actually forgot Rusev Day. I can't believe it. Rusev Day was great. Finn Balor him and Finn Balor starting. It was great. Heath Slater trying to get into the Royal Rumble, but kept getting beaten up by the next entrant, was great. Bray Wyatt and Matt Hardy, I enjoyed their interaction in the Royal Rumble, when Matt Hardy was woken Matt Hardy and Bray Wyatt and had their little feud. Pretty cool stuff to see. Adam Cole making his WWE main roster only Royal Rumble appearance. That was fantastic. Andrade had a good showing in the Royal Rumble. Anything else? I think I wrote it in my notes. What else was there? There was other stuff as well. Oh yeah, and of course the final three were amazing with John Cena, Roman Reigns, and Nakamura, which was pretty fucking cool. This was pretty decent stuff, man. Really awesome stuff. Really loved the fact that it played the WWE fans really well because it was the two guys that the fans didn't want to see win against the guy who they wanted to win in Nakamura. And of course, the WWE fans got their wish. I call them fans, not the WWE Universe, because that's a WWE ploy, and I don't like saying that. The WWE Universe. So the WWE fans, they wanted Nakamura to win, and they got their wish. And pretty solid stuff, and pretty decent, probably fantastic Rumble. Really awesome stuff. My match of the night. Good stuff. Great stuff. Then we had the next match. We had Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan defending the SmackDown the Raw Tag Team titles, against the Bar of Sheamus and Cesaro. This was pretty dull. Unfortunately, this was pretty dull. Didn't like this match. It had a lot going against it. Like, all three of the men in this match, the Bar and Seth Rollins, were in the Royal Rumble match like minutes before. So this was their second time coming out on this night. And unfortunately, this was Jason Jordan's last match, as he suffered kind of a serious neck injury and didn't do much in this match because of that neck injury. And of course, the crowd was dead. It felt like a pandemic crowd, with no crowd whatsoever. And unfortunately, this match suffered because of it. I mean, Seth tried. He tried to have a good match, but it was just working. There was just too much against it to be a good match, and Sheamus and Cesaro would win their tag team titles in a kind of a forgettable match, really, which is a shame. That also is a shame that this would be Jason Jordan's last match because he had a bright future ahead of him. Jason Jordan did, and unfortunately, it was cut short by a serious neck injury. I know there's a Kurt Angle joke there about Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle being his storyline papa, but I'm not going to make it. So, anyway, next match we have Brock Lesnar defending the WWE Universal Championship against Braun Strowman and Kane. Boy howdy, this was actually better than I actually remembered it to be. I remembered this being a train wreck, but I didn't. My recollection of this was that the match fell apart because of Brock punching Braun in the head. In fact, I think, but when I watched it not long ago, I was like, damn, like you knew at any point that Braun especially between Braun and Brock, that it could turn into a real fight, and it just made it very chaotic, and I actually kind of enjoyed it. It was just hilarious to watch, like the physicality and the craziness that was going on. Like, one point, Braun Strowman, like, kind of German suplex Brock Lesnar out the ring, and he kind of grabbed him by the waist. It looked like a German suplex, but it looked kind of like a weird. Brock didn't jump for it or something. He just kind of just threw him to the side and he threw him out the ring. It was kind of hilarious. And then, of course, Brock Lesnar would retain the WWE Universal Championship. But it was it was a fun train wreck to watch. It was a train wreck to watch. And of course, I was expecting Braun and Brock to just start fighting for real, especially after that knee to the face that Braun gave Brock and the receipt that Brock gave Braun. So, apart from that, almost turned into a fight, which I kind of, looking back, it was kind of hilarious to watch. The match itself was pretty fucking just three big beasts just going in there and tearing it up. I enjoyed it very much so. Big thumbs up. That leaves us to the main event. We have the first ever women's Royal Rumble match. Let me try and get my breath. First off, I thought it was a fun Royal Rumble. Not as good as the men's Royal Rumble early in the night, but I don't think many Rumbles could compete with that one. A very good Rumble early in the night. It was pretty good for the first outing of the women's Royal Rumble. We kicked off with Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch, was always a thumbs up for me. I didn't care too much about the Balor twins being in the final three with Asuka. It kind of made it a bit predictable with with the Balor twins not being around and also not wanting the Balor twins to win. But at the same time, it really made Asuka's win kind of a bit more great when Asuka finally did eliminate Nikki after Nikki eliminated Brie. And then, of course, after Asuka won, which was great, good first winner for the first ever Women's Royal Rumble is to be a current star rather than a legend. And after the match, of course, if I can get it, we had the debut of Miss Pointy over there, Ronda Rousey. She debuted and stared at she stared at Alexa and Charlotte and Asuka. She went to shake Asuka's hand and Asuka rejected it, which made me want to see Asuka versus Ronda. And I'm kind of sad that we never got that match. I don't think we ever saw it. Anyway, I can't remember it. And then she went over and shook the hand of Stephanie McMahon, kind of teasing their WrestleMania encounter. So it wasn't the greatest debut in the world for Ronda Rousey, but because knowing exactly where it leads to, it made me kind of excited where we're going in 2018 with Ronda, and especially with the Ronda Stephanie McMahon Kurt Angle Triple H match at WrestleMania 34, which I can't wait to relive. So anyhow, that was the Royal Rumble event. I gave it an 8 out of 10. Really solid show, apart from the Jason Jordan Seth Rollins match, which couldn't be helped because of Jason Jordan not being able to do much because of the neck injury. And the fact that the Usos match was 2 out of 3 falls when I really feel like they should have been 1. Apart from that, really solid show. The Rumbles were great, good to great, and it was just a fun way to kick off this road to WrestleMania. And if the rest of 2018 is as good as this show was, which I'm very much doubt it, but if it is, I'm in for a solid next couple of months for the 2018 reviews. So hopefully you'll join me on that. Hopefully you join me on this ride. See you again next time, guys. And I'm out. Capuch.